Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Software Incorporated. A lot of people asked me to play it, and man, have I been playing it. I'm freaking addicted to this game now. Thank you very much for taking all my free time. I couldn't possibly be any busier, but now I feel even more busy. We're gonna start a new company here. This Software Incorporated, if you guys are just coming in, you haven't seen this before, this is like, you may have seen Startup Company before. This is a whole new level. I know it doesn't graphically look it right now because the menu has like low resolution images, but it gets a little bit better. This is like the Rimworld of business simulation games. If you're like, you like the idea of a business simulator, but you like the depth and the broadness and the creativity and the expansionness of Rimworld, as well as like individual character, this is as close as you're gonna get to Rimworld as a business sim. It's great. I'm gonna go ahead and load my CEO. This is me. We're gonna make a change today though. Since I'm wearing blue, we're gonna, although I kind of like the look, you know, the black with the purple shirt, it looks real professional, okay? It looks real professional. I know I need a hat. The thing is, it's not available. Dev, give me a fedora. Give me a hat, please. I would love a hat. I would love it. I need to get the hype boss and the streak out of the way. Dr. Matt fan, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it, man. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna hide these two things just for the menu, and then we can bring them back. All right, so we're recording this for YouTube. That's why I'm gonna go through some of the basics. If you guys were here in the last stream, you know how fun it is. And if you're in the live audience, we'll get you in my company. And there's gonna be room for everybody because we're gonna have a lot of employees by the end of this, I'm sure. Okay, I've learned a lot from the first playthrough. We failed. First playthrough, we failed. And that was because, well, it's because I wanted to go for something big and broad and beautiful, and I just didn't have the capabilities of doing it. I went too big. We need to focus ourselves, focus our attention, focus our minds on the things that we can achieve and make those things better. We're gonna reinvent what it means to be a graphic designer, a video editor, a 3D artist, right? We're gonna reinvent what it means to be those things because we're gonna conquer the markets. We're gonna take on, we're basically Adobe, okay? We're gonna conquer this. We're gonna make our own creative cloud, but we're not gonna charge a monthly subscription because that would be a dirtbag thing to do, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go for my skills. I'm gonna focus on designer and programmer. Want a little bit of art there, but mostly I'm interested in being a programmer and a designer. I will have zero marketing ability. None. No marketing ability at all. I can't market myself worth shit. This is a real world thing, okay? Can't. I don't know how to do it. I would give myself a little bit higher leadership, but I think mostly I'm gonna just go to college for these types of things. No, I'm gonna go and get myself an education once our first product launches. So we're gonna have that. Now, I wanna also enable a mod, and that means I need to back out really quickly. So give me 1 second. We're gonna back out, go to mods, and we have furniture here. We're gonna use placeable walls. This allows me to make walls without completing rooms. So I can design an office that has like, you know, walls that kind of stick out to give a little bit of privacy, help with noise, but I don't necessarily need to have it be a complete room. I like that idea. It's a thing that happens in all types of buildings, so I want that. And you can't do that in this game without this mod. We're also gonna do auto design ender. Now this, we've shown this in the live stream before, but auto design ender, what it does is as soon as the product gets to the very end of the design phase, it is automatically upgraded into development. It automatically transitions to alpha. So you don't have to worry about it going all the way to there, and then you forget about it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, the quality is being degraded now because you didn't put it into development. No, I don't want that. It's gonna go straight in. That's what it's gonna do now. So this is great. We're gonna have this be a thing. Dr. Matt fan, I appreciate the 300 bits, dude. You're insane. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Okay, there's that. Auto design ender, that's the mod. Okay, new game. Load myself in again, and then I wanna go, design here, marketing all the way down, a little bit of leadership, but mostly design here. I think maybe we'll take away a little bit of the art. I wanna just really focus on design and stuff. So yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, there we go. I think that's what we're doing. Yeah. I'm not sure why the mod's not showing up over here on the bottom right corner of the screen where my camera is. There's a mod window, and it's not showing up here, but I think it's going to be active. So I'm going to go with the impression, with the idea that it is indeed active. That's it. So we're going to focus our design on 2D. I think audio is a cool thing, but I'm going to go to school for it. I'm going to mostly just focus on 2D stuff right now. It might be a good idea to get some system stuff, though, just for like code-wise. But again, if I focus in on 2D, I think that will give me the best chance of success in what I'm hoping to achieve in my first product, which is a brand new 2D editor, right? I want I want to make Photoshop for 1980, right? So that's what we're going to try. Everything's good here. We're going medium difficulty. It's going to be $10,000 starting funds. And this is my second playthrough, so medium sounds appropriate. Well, my second attempt at medium, so I guess this is my third playthrough. Not even played through. We failed the second company. We failed the first company. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Medium, 1980. If you go hard, you start with 0, which means you have to, well, basically you have to go into debt right away just to kind of get done what you want to get done. I don't like that idea right now. I'm gonna say if I'm feeling like I want to start another company or a new company, I probably would have, it's just myself in my basement, or in this case my garage, and I'm probably gonna have a little bit of funds left. You know, maybe I just got out of college, I've been saving a little bit. I got like 10 grand. Let's do it. So that's that. The days are 1 day equals each month. You can slow the game down to make it as many as 8 days, but the balance of the game was intended to be 1 day equals 1 month, and I'm gonna keep that. It doesn't really scale. Like, your projects will just take longer to make, so it'll take like 15 days instead of 7 or whatever it is. So that'll be a thing to consider. It doesn't make the game any easier or harder. It just slows the game down, and I want to speed it up. So there's that. We're going with Pryor Media, because that's my company's name and I just want to keep it. All right, pick a map. We're going to do the garage. Starting out in my garage. That's what we're going to do. Dr. Matt Fan, you're insane. I love it. Thank you so much for this ridiculous support today. Unbelievable, dude. You're really awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Had 2 fans on me the day plus AC running. I wish I had fans, but it would come into the microphone and I don't want to hear it. Okay, let's go. Pryor Media is now a company. It's now a thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and start in my garage. My wonderful, lowly garage. I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the next day really quick. Pause. All right. So we don't actually build day 1. We don't do anything on day 1. You don't even show up for work day 1. It's kind of weird, but that's just the way it is. So anyway, go into build mode. Let's make a desk. Desk. I want a light. I want a chair. I want a computer, which is facing the correct direction. And I want a tree in the corner because it makes my office look pretty. And I want a couple of pictures because people like seeing pictures. That sounds nice. Okay. Then I think probably that's it for now. That's kind of all I need, you know? Kind of all we need right now. Sorry, but I'm poor of bits. Now you are. Now you are. Let's bring the sub streak, the sub train, and the hype boss back in. The 2 things in the upper right corner for anyone watching on YouTube, these are things specific to the stream. They don't matter to you. Just know that it's like a way of acknowledging people who are awesome and doing things. Like Elric gifting a sub to Dr. Matt Fan. Thank you, man. Really nice of you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So right now, I'm going to pause it. Right now, I'm in work, but I'm not doing anything. Bad deal. We want to do things. Let's take a contract. I'm really good with 2D because I specialized in it. So let's accept a design thing. And then I'm going to also accept this little command line thing. It's a system. I'm not very good with system work, but we're going to go with it anyway. These 2 things. Go. So anyone who's not familiar with the game already, I just want to explain what's happening so you're not lost. Every project you do, aside from graphic assets, so if it's a program, if it's software, in this case, a logistics application, every product has 3 phases. You have the design phase, the alpha phase, and the beta phase, okay? Then you also have your full release, and then you have to like support it, unless it's somebody else's stuff. In this case, this is somebody else's stuff. So right now we're in the design phase. That's the first thing that happens. You'll see it's all happening here. As this bar fills up, You have progress, and then you have certain things that work with that progress. In this case, it's system. This is people who have system experience or system knowledge. They're going to do better at this. They'll go faster this way, and they'll do a better job. Just because the bar fills up does not mean it's outstanding quality. This is something that I messed up in the last playthrough. I thought, hey, we filled it up. That must mean it's outstanding. No. That just means it's had the required amount of time dedicated to it to have a design concept. The design concept is finished. Whether or not that design is good or not entirely depends on who did the design. So if you have people who are not specialized in that thing, it's gonna suck. Now, normally in the game, as soon as the design phase is finished, this little thing would beep at me or blink at me and say, enter development. And if you don't enter development stage in a good amount of time, it starts to retract itself. And that's where your designers are over-designing that product, and you actually are decreasing the design's quality. We're not gonna have to deal with that. It's mostly a timing thing, just remembering to click the button. And as such, the mod is gonna take care of it. It automatically updated it for me, so that's great. So if it's a graphic asset, in this case, it's a game asset. These are just graphics. There's not really a design, there's not really like a design alpha beta stage. It's mostly, it's just designing the product. It's just art. It's anyone who has art. There's 3 different categories of this, and I'm gonna go into employee management and click on myself. So there's 3 different things to really consider when you're developing something: programming, designing, and art. Everything starts in the design phase, aside from graphic assets. It starts in design, and then it goes into needing program and art applied to it. And depending on how good you are at those things, that's the quality of the work that's presented. So design team, we're not gonna, last time we did art and design, remember? I had a department that was art and design. Terrible idea, turns out. Don't like it. I figured design and art should work together. No, it's not great. We shouldn't do that. It was decreasing the quality of our products. So instead, we're gonna have a design team, a programming team, and an art team. And that's what we're gonna do for it. And then each of these people who I hire are gonna be really good at what they do. If they're not, we'll educate them. And we're not gonna have people who are primarily coders also doing some art stuff. At least not in the end. In the beginning, we kind of have to do that because we're early, we need to make some money, we need to make products. But when we get a little bit better, we get a little more established, get our own office, we're gonna have discrete teams, somewhat smaller teams, and lots of different teams. And we're gonna have these teams doing their own individual thing or getting educated. And that's what we're gonna deal with. So smaller teams that are dedicated to certain projects, and those people are good at those skills. So there we go. We have programmer, designer, artist, and I have a different degree of skill. This is my overall skill level. So these are the things that, this is like, overall, I'm this good with code. Overall, I'm this good with design. But design and code are too broad. So each one of these things has their own subcategory too. Your base, there you go. Or how good you are with system code. 2D, network, audio, algorithm. Eventually, we're gonna get to having 3D involved in here. And then maybe something else. I don't even know. We haven't gotten that far yet. So we want specialized teams for specialized projects. That's where I'm getting at for this. But right now, it's just me in my basement, or in this case, in my garage. So I'm gonna pause it really quick. So the logistics application, mostly, again, this is for people who are not familiar with how the game works. I don't want you to be lost. The logistics application we're developing, we went through the design phase. That's done. Then we have alpha. In alpha, you're actually developing the program. You're adding new features to it. You're creating functionality, and you're trying to adhere to the designs that were presented. In future alphas, there will be iterative, or I have a terrible time with this word. Iterative design. I don't know this word. It's you're gonna have design that gets reiterated. Reiterative design. Maybe that's how it's said. You're gonna have design that it gets reiterated as it goes. So we'll change the design and tweak the design to our needs as the development process happens. That brings the design team back into the process. That's in future alphas, though. It's part of the changelog he was saying. But for now, we don't have that. Right now, we just simply stick to the design as it was to the letter, and that's what this application does. So right now, this application requires 0.66 code units. We've already given it 0.86. So we might be able to improve by going a little bit, but right now we're kind of over programming it. So I'm going to promote this product. We can also send it off to review. We can have our team review it, which will have a huge bias since the only person reviewing it is the person who created it. So pretty biased, I would think. We can outsource it, which is going to cost money. Don't want to do that. It's not worth it. Or we can have the client review it. And you can only do this in the alpha stage. And this gives you the feedback that you need to apply maybe different people to it, or maybe put more strengths in certain things that have the weaknesses for it to improve it before you send it to beta. I'm not going to bother with it because this application, the client is expecting horrible quality. So pretty hard to screw that up. So we're going to go ahead and promote this to the beta stage. Now there's a little bit of a delay stage, and this is sort of, I don't fully understand this because I'm not a programmer. I don't create applications. There's a small delay phase where alpha moves to beta. And in beta, you're testing it out, you're running it, you're trying to find bugs and fixing those bugs. That's the entire goal of the beta stage. You're not adding new functionality, you're improving the existing functionality and fixing any bugs that you encounter. All right, so that's what we're doing here. That's the whole workday. Now I'm gonna go into my teams, and this is just me, and I'm gonna increase my workday by 1 hour because I don't think Bucko here is gonna be being CEO of his company with an 8-hour workday. 9 hours, buddy. That's what we're gonna be doing. Hey, cool man fight. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. Evening, Abather. How are you? All right, so we can speed through time. The top part here, I'm just gonna guide people again. This is for the beginners who aren't familiar with the game. We have tons of different tabs down here. We've got, we can develop our own software, which will ultimately be what we're gonna do soon. We have our list of releases. Anything that we've released will be in this section. We have our servers. I love how you can have multiple windows open in this, by the way. Rimworld, please, when? Servers, pretty nice here, right? If we have any servers, we can see their status, how strong they are, their network bandwidth, how much under load they are, etc. One good way to make money in the early game is just to invest in a lot of servers, connect them together, and then offer your services as a hosting company. That's something we could try to look for too. There's a lot of different ways to get in on this game. There's contract work. This is what we've been focusing on. Considering that each one of these is due next month, this is almost done. 1.42 out of 2. This is almost done. And it says alpha, but game assets, graphic assets, they don't really have any, they don't really have like a testing phase. There's no bugs in a piece of graphics. So we're not going to have that. So I'm going to go ahead and accept one more game asset job. And let's do the one that has, this one has a little bit, it pays more, but look, there's also, see art units for this one. It pays 9,685 if you, if you deliver it on time and stuff at the acceptable quality. This one pays more, but it requires more art units. So see 2.0 here. This one here requires 2.75. So you have to work longer on this one. We're going to do both of them, but I don't want to give him a whole lot of work right now while he still has some existing projects. So I'm going to put game assets here. Now, this has a waiting period. Your deadline for this doesn't happen until you start it. I associate this with telling a client that we'll be able to start your project in 2 weeks. And they agree to that based on, we need it by this deadline. Okay, well, we can start it in 2 weeks. And so there's an understood relationship and communication with you and your client and when you're going to start that project. So you're not ticking down the timer until you start it. That's where I'm going to go with that. Either way, though, I can also pause this and it'll prevent him from starting it until I'm ready. At the top, we have our money and the different sources of income. We have our savings account, which will give us interest if we invest and put money into it. We have stocks, which we can buy into companies, and their value will either go up or down, and there's an economy based on products and popularity and what people are up to. We have loans, which will ultimately probably decrease our money with that. We have subsidiaries. If we fully buy a company and we can have a subsidiary, a popular well-run subsidiary will earn us a bunch of money, which is kind of cool. We have plots. This is how much money would be taken out if we owned a plot. We don't own any land right now. And then we have our total income and our total money, which is $11,000 right now. This little bar here is our profits. Right now, we lost a bunch of money last month. We have all of our financial rundown is in this window. Right now, we don't have a whole lot going on, so we're going to make a little bit of money when we deliver stuff, but until we deliver stuff, we have expenses, and that's about it. Here's the current time in the day. And again, Each day is 1 month. We have the current temperature outside, because once we get our own office, we'll have to have heat or air conditioning, maybe both if we live in temperate. I kind of like the idea of living in a temperate place, though. It looks more beautiful. The trees are actually green. I kind of like it. Here's the current month, February, and the work days for different types of staff that go in with these, so you can kind of get your working hours in order and when you want them. Your market recognition is how many fans you have, and underneath this, we'll have our business reputation. This is how well we are respected and known in the world within the businesses that we are a part of. Then we have the timer. Basically, we can speed up time. I'm gonna hit skip unused time, and it'll warp me right to the point where an hour before my people actually start working, which is actually the time when they show up. So I will most likely drive. There I am. I've parked in this parking space over here, and I'm taking my little steps into my office to get back to work. Get back to work, you lazy bum. So what about beta? Don't you understand? You pretty much explained it perfectly. I don't understand the delay phase. I'm unfamiliar with that. So like you have something in alpha, and then when you promote it to beta, there's the delay phase. I don't understand that part. So if you have an insight into that, I would love it. The game has a cool soundtrack. It's actually really nice. The main problem I have with this soundtrack is that it doesn't constantly happen. It's not always on. So for that reason, stream anyway. YouTube, I can't do this for you. Sorry. But for the stream, we're going to have some other music in place. So you guys can have some music. Not multiple types of music at once, though. There we go. Whoops. Character has such an adorable walk. I know. All right. So we need to put enough art units into this. Notice it says art. Before here, we said code. So programmers will work with code. Artists will work on art. And then the design phase is just your designers. And we'll talk about more how to separate these guys in a second. So I'm just making sure he gets to 2.0 here. I'm not having him start this until I'm confident he can do it. I'm pretty confident he can do it now. So this is almost done. I'm going to go ahead and unleash this. Now that he's started this, he's already started on this, like 0.01 art units. Now I have a timer. Now there's a month ticking down. So I'm just going to let this run. And now that this is done, this graphic asset is done, I can promote this. Again, there's a delay. I have no idea why. That's the part I don't quite get. But since the game asset has no bugs, because there's no bugs to fix in a graphic asset, we can deliver this right now. Anytime it says this month, that's the deadline. It needs to release by 11:59 on that day, not 11:59 p.m. on that day. So I'm just going to release it now. Every time we release something or there's a notification, it'll appear in the top left. And this time it says contract fulfilled for the net worth of $8,924 with outstanding quality. So there you go. We get the full payout for it, basically. The graphic assets are really nice for money. Now, if this one, I've been having beta phase. We fixed a whole bunch of bugs, but I don't need them to fix any more bugs. Remember, they're expecting horrible quality, so release it. Outstanding quality, we get the full payout for it. However, on code jobs, there's a penalty for bugs. So let's break down how the payment works. This company's expecting a horrible quality product. Never understood that. 0.69 code units are needed to make this. It's command line based. So anyone who is familiar with system specializations will be best to handle this. They'll be able to do better quality work as well as faster. It's recommending a number of designers, programmers, and artists. This doesn't need any art. It's command line. So just designers and programmers. It has a time limit. It gives us this much up front. When we're done, we'll get this. If we deliver it late, automatically we lose this much money on it. So we don't want to deliver late. Also, every bug that's present, we lose $88. So if we just get it through the alpha phase, transition it to beta, and just release it right away, and there's like 50 bugs in that, I lose a ton of money, right? We want to fix bugs. But since they're expecting horrible quality, like if we fix like 15 bugs in something that's one of these client projects, I'm kind of good with that. If we lose a few $100s, it's not the end of the world because I can then transition that work time to another project, which is betters. Yes, which is betters. Nowadays, open and closed beta is a popular choice in big firms for that you need some prep time and hence the delay phase. So there's a prep time. So you're saying the delay phase, there's like a prep time where they have to somehow prepare for the bug fixing stage of it. I don't understand that, but okay. I guess I'm ignorant on this, so I don't know. So this one here, next month, 0.9 art units have been done. We need to get to 2.0. And since this is 2D art, and my character specializes in 2D, let's look at my character really quick. I mean, it kind of looks like I specialize in almost anything, really. But yeah, 2D was where I was going to focus at. So this is the highest. Networking, I'm actually pretty good with that too, I guess. I'd like to get better with audio, but yeah, anyway. So that's where I specialize. So I should be really good with this, basically. We should do good quality work here. Let's go ahead and skip to the next day. I'm going to go ahead and start another contract. These game assets, 2.75. I think we can do it. So I'm going to let him do these game assets. Now, it says nobody that's working on this is competent with 2D art. That's true. Oh, you know what? This is actually a good point. I'm a great 2D programmer. Hang on. I got this wrong. I'm going too fast. I got this wrong. I'm great with 2D programming. With art, I lack because I'm focusing on design and programming. Art is kind of a weak point for me. So I'm still doing okay work here, but this is actually not my forte. The art is not my forte. So I shouldn't have been too hasty to say that. Give me a second. We're gonna go with. We should be able to at least wrap this up. Let's make sure he gets it done by today. We'll get up the priority. So the higher this priority number, it's really small, I know. The higher this priority number, the more resources he's going to dedicate to it compared to other things. He's still going to work on this, but this is a higher priority. If I jack this way up, he'll probably just work on this and do almost no progress on this. So the closer they are in priority, it's sort of going to factor into it too. But I just need him to get to 2.0, which he did. So let's promote this. There's no bugs to fix here. So his attention is entirely on this now. And we can go ahead and release this. All right, good. So we're making some decent money. We're up to 38,000 bucks. We have no debt. And every time we release something good that pleases a client, our business reputation goes up. But it's not going up that fast. I need to do some different stuff. Let me grab one of these embedded systems, I think. This one here. Let's grab this embedded system. And we'll do this tomorrow. And I know there's like music playing over top of music here. It's probably really weird. So let me just I'm gonna let the game music play for the stream when there's game music, and then turn the stream music on when there's not. All right, I want him focused on this to make sure he gets it done today. So please do this above everything else. Yeah, I'm even gonna pause this. Okay, he got there. So let's go ahead and promote this. We don't want to deliver late. Late is a bad reputation thing. We don't want that. All right, let's release this. And now he's entirely dedicated to the code. That's pretty good. It's got the number of code units we need. Promote that. And he'll go to fixing bugs now. Now, we've got about 50 grand once we deliver this. We're going to have a little over 50 grand. And I think it's time to maybe start thinking about developing our own project. Instead of doing things for clients, I want to do things for my own people, right? I want to do things for myself. So I'm going to develop software. The amount of features we can do are kind of dependent on numerous factors. The world will progress through the years, so some things are not available in 1980 because they just weren't there in 1980. So things like being able to do HD audio, it doesn't unlock until 1988. 3D rendering wasn't a thing until 1983. So we can't just put these features in. Even if we have people who are competent in those areas, we can't just do that. I am going to do a 2D editor, and we're going to call this Char Paint, because that's what you guys thought we should have in the last stream. I liked the name. Let's do Char Paint. So Char Paint is the thing now. This is going to be our own original product. It's not based on anything, and we have a predicted price that's appropriate for this. But if we add new features, we can have a better product, although more complicated, has more appeal. So right now, if we release this product and it just has image rendering and that's it, there's about a 9% interest for this. Hey man, we already got programs that do this, all right? We don't really need another one in the market, okay? Just saying. If I add a stock library, it jumps up to 36%. But now, notice, now we need art. So we have a stock image library. We have a stock art library. So we need somebody to do 2D art too, right? And now we have pixel manipulation. That doesn't require any additional specializations, but it does greatly increase how much work is needed. We jump from needing 3 code units to 7 code units. And it recommends having 3 programmers. We're not gonna have 3 programmers, but it recommends having that. And also 2 designers. This is to get it out in an optimal time frame, as well as optimal quality. Maximum quality we can have is outstanding. Now, I'm not the best with 2D art, but I have good design skills in 2D and good coding skills in 2D. So most likely, we'll be able to release a pretty great looking product. My goal here is great. I'm not gonna get outstanding because I don't have a good 2D artist. I could hire a 2D artist, but man, hiring employees is like huge expenses, like enormous expenses. Like people are expensive. It sucks. So we're gonna do that. Now, last time we did the stream, I went for my own operating system. Bad idea. Instead, let's develop this 2D editor for already existing operating systems. Based on these features, these are the operating systems that exist that are capable of hosting our we can put our program on these platforms, right? The operating system has to have the functionality in place to allow our program with those features to run properly. So some of these operating systems won't allow for pixel manipulation, for example. The features within the operating system, they just don't exist. But these ones, they do. If we do it for, I think, all 3 of them, I'm not sure why I would delay. They have a lot of different active users. They're already marketing as unavoidable marketing, so it's the top you can get. They're already well-established people, and we have Next4, IntX4, and BotOS. Great. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. So we're going to develop this to be compatible with these 3 operating systems. Now we need 9 code units because we're also incorporating multiple operating systems. It's going to take us a little bit longer to develop this because we're making compatibility with other operating systems, but that's fine. We can't do any of these because they're not unlocked yet. This one here, for example, it says it depends on 8-bit audio. So this one's not year dependent, it's technology dependent. We have to have 8-bit audio before this will unlock. And 8-bit audio doesn't become available until later. So not only is this feature dependent on the year when 8-bit audio comes out, but it also has to be dependent on the availability of 8-bit audio from an operating system, right? So there's a lot of things they have to do. Okay, let's go ahead and develop this. It says the team is quite small for this project. I know, it's just me. It's fine. All right. So this is our own project. I'm going to put this at the top. Right now, we have the design phase, and we're specializing progress in 2D. So if anyone has specialization in design for 2D applications, they'll be able to design this one quite well. And wouldn't you know it, I'm specialized for 2D design. So we should be okay with this as far as how our design looks, just by doing this ourselves. So you can see how this is progressing. It's moving this way. And as we put more time into it, the quality increases. So right now it's considered bad. But as we put more time into it, it'll become good and then great. Sorry, it goes mediocre, then good, then great, and then hopefully outstanding. So we're going to release that program so I don't forget. And our standing will go up. And we have 40,000 bucks. Now, the only money we're making right now is the extra contracts that we're doing for other people, right? Because I'm not focusing my time on 2 projects, I can really hammer this really well here. I can do a lot of good work here. So let's get this design sorted out. I'm hoping to see outstanding, but it'll probably end up being great. Let's find out. Come on now. Yeah, there we go. Outstanding. We're going to take a contract for tomorrow. Let's grab this embedded system, and they're expecting mediocre here. They're expecting bad here, but there's more code units. Let's give them this logistics application. We'll do these 2 tomorrow. Head ahead. Now, when the design phase is done, we need to enter development stage. And I would normally have to click the button, but since I had that mod installed that automatically upgrades it, when it maxes out its development stage or its design stage, it will automatically be upgraded to development. So I don't have to time it. Or maybe not. Is it with the mod? I wonder if that's with the mod. Game has detected an error. Do you want to notify the developer? I have never seen this. Trying to destroy object that is already released to pool. That's interesting. Yes, developer. Yeah, go ahead and send this, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I've never seen that before. The mod has been working flawlessly in my testing, so I don't know. Open beta refers to letting some players play your bugged game, basically. No, I know that. I know that. I'm referring to the delay phase. I know the difference between open beta and closed beta. I got that. Not Arnold. I understand. It's just that delay was like, why does something have to sit there for a while? My logic behind this was like, we've developed the features, everything is good. Okay, now it's time to fix the bugs. Why do we have to wait? Like, why do I have to wait to fix the bugs? Why do I have to delay? What's the point of delaying? You have to step away from it so you have fresh eyes? Is that it? I don't know. Okay, so here we go. Everything's auto upgraded. Again, I don't know what that error was. That was very strange. All right, now we're not going to market it yet, Ninjari. We're not going to market it yet because I don't have any marketing ability. I'm pretty bad at marketing. Take a look at me really quick. Marketing is just non-existent. I would be a terrible marketer. And my time is much better spent doing something else. But also, I don't want to market it too early. Because if I market it early, everyone gets to know about it, and that's great. But over time, the buzz just kind of dies down, right? People start to forget about things. You want to time your marketing a little bit. You want to have sufficient marketing ahead of time, you know, but you don't want to be marketing it for 3 years, right? And then say, haha, look, we're going to release it 3 years from now. No, nobody cares. So you want to market it when it's strategic to do so, and I'm not quite ready yet. Toxic Bubbles, hey, how are you? I've never followed the recommended number of workers on the projects. I'm trying to get close enough to do that, but yeah, I haven't been able to do that either. So these are both done code unit wise. They're both done. So we're gonna upgrade them to upgrade them to beta as well. There we go. Fix 2 bugs, fix 3 bugs, all that stuff, right? What else? Let's do this other embedded system here. They want a thermostat. We'll just take this one. Fine. Let's release this and release this, and now we can focus on this. So we're doing client work to keep ourselves sharp, but also to keep ourselves like making money. We want to continue to be profitable, right? Let's do a little bit of art. Why not? We want to keep ourselves profitable while we're developing our own product. And this has got enough code units now. We'll promote that to beta. And let's go ahead and release it. It's got some bugs, but I don't really care much. Let's go to 10 bugs. Get it out of here. So this one here. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Maybe this is what's happening with the mod. Oh, I wonder if that screwed it up. I have this test run. Let me change this to Pryor Media here. I have this this test run that I was doing before, but the project has no details. That's interesting. If we reload this, I wonder if that fixes it. Yeah, see, like the interface is getting messed up too. Very bizarre. This is the first time I've seen that happen. Yeah. This is like bugged out. So I can't really tell. Maybe you have to set up some sort of testing environment, like a small program that simulates a lot of data that normally would get created over users' months. Maybe. I guess so. See later part of the message, I explained it. Okay, so they get early gameplay while we get some bug reports from them. It makes our lives a little easier, but to let people play, we need to prepare it. And if we did not have open alpha, same idea as open beta, we need to set up some servers for them. So there's also that. I'm a game programmer, so that's just my perspective. I get you. I get you. So the delay phase is sort of like a setup phase, I guess. Here's the thing I don't understand though. Like, the way the game describes it is if I don't allow the delay phase to fully play itself out, then I introduce more bugs into the program. And again, like, the delay part is the part I'm still not getting. I get the whole, like, set up servers and stuff, but that's not in the game. I don't have any servers. I don't need to set up a server. Is it like cloud-based servers? Okay, so where's that in my expenses? Right? The game doesn't seem to have this thing where it's saying that it needs to have that. And this is actually quite bugged. Look, this interface up here is gone. My filters are gone. This is actually bugged out. I think the game with the mod is bugged out. All right, now, okay, so my filters are back, and the details are back. Okay, we're back. Okay, so I just needed to fully reload the whole game. Gotcha.